Which is the most common mistake gyms do when it comes to keeping members?
I think they undervalue. I think they think that they're the most important thing rather than the customer's the most important thing. You know, it's very common for me when I work with operators for them to say we're going to do this and we're going to do that without any insight on their member behaviour. And I'm not suggesting the members know best, but they treat their processes and the way they do things with more reverence than they do sometimes their customers or their members. And so I think they have to start rethinking about, how am I adding value to this member every time they come in? How am I making that visit something of an experience where people go, I want to do that again, rather than as I mentioned earlier, it just being routine and mundane. And so we have to think about our exercise choice, our program design, and the things that we do to keep people going. Because I think the biggest mistake that they make is they just leave people to get on with it. And people, if you're really into fitness, you'll be on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, watching videos, watching reels, getting ideas. But the vast majority of people, it's not that their fitness isn't that big a deal. It's something they do as part of their lives, but they very quickly run out of ideas. And so they don't know what to do when they get bored. And unfortunately for us, I think some of the time when they get bored, they choose to do other things. They don't choose to look at different ways of exercising.
So gym shouldn't leave it up to the member.
I think what they need to do is they need to be there as a guide. And, you know, if you look at, you know, the sort of equipment core it provides, you know, if you look at the treadmills and the stair climbers and the various machines, you know, like, there are so many different things you can do on those machines, but most people still just press quick start because they feel safe with quick start, but they don't know where to go next. And too often now we have very few gym floor staff, and so if they are looking anything up, they're going to YouTube, and they're going to YouTube or Insta, and they're listening to someone say, oh, you need to do this. So we've almost replaced our floor staff with remote digital staff that we have no control over. And so we have to start thinking about, actually, how do we draw that control back? What information are we sharing with our customers? And that can be done through an app, but we have to get people onboarded with that app. We have to get them engaged with that app, and they have to see value. It all comes back to, do they see value in every visit that they make?
Exactly. I also think that this personal touch is very important.
Yeah.
For many people, it's very scary to try something new at the gym. Especially if you don't have anyone like supporting you and telling you, yes, you're doing it correctly, and the other way around. Well,
the example I use, again, I know I keep giving examples, but I do a lot of cooking at home, but I don't consider myself a creative cook. I need a book, I need a menu, and I need a list of ingredients. I go and buy all the ingredients, and then I go step by step by step. And after a period of time, I can ignore the book because I know how to cook the food. But quite frequently, if I go to the refrigerator and I open the doors and I look in there, I'm not creative enough when looking in there to see a load of ingredients and go, oh, I know what I'll make. When my partner, she can open the door, pick out 5 things and create a wonderful meal, because she has it in her thinking about how you formulate a meal. I can cook a meal, but I can't be creative in making it. And I think we've got lots of customers and members that can cook a meal, but they can't create a meal. So we have to teach them what to do, how to progress. And that personal touch doesn't always have to be personal training. It can be, but it can be, you know, the sort of workout of the day, someone just walking past you and go, if you want an idea about another way of training, I've got some ideas for you, and just sharing in that way.
That's great. Very good example.
Thank you.